I would like to talk a little bit about what schizophrenia is when it's paranoid, especially. Paranoid schizophrenia is kind of like PTSD. It's where people have had actually traumatic things happen to them over and over again, and their memories record their experiences in such a way that it's like a traumatic, like there are certain triggers like in their environments and that you might not be aware of them, and they like set off this person like a PTSD episode, like flashbacks and nightmares and stuff, and like they might not make sense because like when you record a memory you record it with an emotion, and if it's really like a negative emotion and stuff, like it'll be all distorted and stuff. Like people who have robbed a bank or been a witness to a bank robbery usually have to ask, if you ask 6 different people you'll get 6 different faces because I can't remember very well. So this person will like remember a monster instead of remembering what actually happened to them. Or being able to really sort through that. Like a psychiatrist, if they were actually real and not all fraud, they would have to sit down with the person and be like, this is real and this is not real, and this is real and this is not real. Now tell me what your triggers are. We're going to find out what your triggers are. And I think the ink blot test would be a great example of how to find that out, like what people are seeing and stuff. Like I have a game that I've used to help myself, like, or when I was like having problems with it. Now that I have my lobotomy, I don't have the same kind of problems. I have really bad cognitive problems. But like dimensions, I have a list of words, and then I see what associations people make with the words and stuff, like, and then I move my ruler around and I get a kind of an idea of what that person is like or thinking, or if they can read intents or not. Because like if you've had a really bad, like humans personify everything. If you read up in Hindu texts and stuff, you'll notice this. And so everything on the inside goes on the outside, and everything on the outside comes on the inside, and it can get really confusing. And schizophrenics are usually just, it's like some advanced form of PTSD with paranoid schizophrenia with some people. Now, I'm sure there's other diseases mixed in there, but a lot of it is just, yeah, a lot of it is just human personification and stuff. I've gone over this millions of times. That other guy that I talked to went over it. Um, but yeah, so you just have to find out what your demons really are and kind of like sort through it and then not respond to it. Like for example, somebody who just drives by me could automatically set me off. Like I might automatically be like, oh, they're out to get me, or this or that or that or this, and I'll make like frantic, like it's a trigger. Um, but I am responding. They are responding to reality. They're just responding to a different hellish reality because their worlds have been bad. And when people wanted to cloak the victims or whatnot because they didn't want them to be victims, they said it was that way when it's not. When they said it was just something that happened to your brain and there's a chemical imbalance or something. No. Sure, chemicals might be good to like initially like stabilize someone, but I don't really think they're good for you. Like I'm on a lot now, and they're not good for you. I can tell you that right now. I'm being forced to take them. There's nothing I can do about it, and it's like I just want to be a research experiment. But yeah, they've noticed that. So anyway, it like interferes with your learning and everything else when you have these traumatic experiences and stuff. Like I said, so it just distorts your reality a bunch. And the way to fix that would probably just be to find out what the person's triggers are, if they're demonic, what isn't in their environment that's actually threatening them. How can we overcome this? If there's space aliens from Saturn coming and robbing you every night, what are those space aliens really? I mean, honestly, I've gone over this hundreds of times because I've gone through it a lot.